All right, let's shift gears now. Let's come back here at home. And we want to talk about a story that we've talked about for a while now. Jail overcrowding, crowding in the detention center in Mecklenburg County. There are concerns. Sheriff McFadden has expressed his concerns. He actually, late last month, came out and responded to claims that inmates were being forced to sleep on the floor. So we've heard from Sheriff McFadden on this issue here in studio right now. A very busy Jesse Pierre, who is tracking this story for us. So Jesse, walk us through where we are when it comes to this right now.
So, like Sheriff Gary McFadden has been speaking about, they are overcrowded when it comes to the detention center, the adult jail here in the county. It's actually built for 1791, and they have over 2,000 inmates housed there now. So you can imagine how tight that is to have, hundreds more than you are built for. So you're stretching resources thin, you're stretching staff thin, and so forth. And it just, we didn't. It just it shouldn't be, right? There's a capacity number for a reason. And so with that, we did talk about like the different factors to like what has led it up to this. The arenas law is one thing he pointed to, and how that has toughened up pretrial and bond reviews and things like that, keeping more defendants in jail. He also talked about a backlog impacting like the state prison system. And so when folks get convicted and they're sentenced to prison, but there's no space to put them at the state prison, he says. So he has about 60 people in that group who should have been sent to prison over there, but they're having a staffing issue, he says, on the state level. And now he's also looking to the summer months, he says, which usually brings in an uptick of crimes, which means more folks arrested, more folks in jail. And so, they're already at capacity, and it just feels, he says it's just going to continue to get worse, and that they need to look at other options. And one of the options that he's mentioned today is, well, he said specifically, we're not considering it. We are going to take steps to reopen Jail North to house the overflow, to kind of support the overflow. Jail North, as we know, is the former juvenile detention center that was shut down or closed.
In northern Mecklenburg County, I believe.
Yes. And now he is, now when it comes to that place, the facility hasn't been shut down and like it's not operational. He says it gets inspected all the time. He has part of the building being used for his administrative staff and so forth. And so the air conditioning is on, the water's running, things are, fine. And so he's looking to use that as to support the overflow. Now, I did reach out to a child advocacy group who's been pushing to have Jail North open. That was something that was a concern when I spoke to them about this, because if adults are being housed there, they won't be able to put the juveniles there.
Right.
Now, one thing he did mention is that there's two different areas. There's a tented area, and he believed, and so if that's the area that McFadden is talking about, he's like, fine, great, no problem. But if he's speaking about the building where they used to house juveniles, that would be an issue, because the motions to get Jail North reopened for youth offenders, he says is still in motion, and that's still like in the works. And so they don't want anything to derail that. So we did reach back out to McFadden to see if he can clarify any of that information and so forth. And, we'll just kind of have to see. But at the end of the day, something's going to have to give to deal with this overcrowding as more people, need housing when they're arrested and so forth.
Yeah, and that was a big topic. Jail North was a big issue and platform for the candidates at this past election for sheriff. And so, all right, Jesse, we will catch up with you at 4 and 6 o'clock. She's hard at work here. Jesse, thank you for stopping by per usual.
Yes, absolutely.
All right.